The Clockmaker's Last Light. English Story Level 3. In the heart of the old district stood a tiny shop filled with clocks of every kind, towering grandfather clocks, delicate pocket watches, and wooden cuckoos with hand-carved wings. Most people passed by without noticing it, but those who entered never forgot the sound of hundreds of ticking hearts beating together in perfect harmony. The shop belonged to Elias Thorne, the town's last true clockmaker, a man whose hands were steady, even in old age, and whose eyes carried the soft glow of someone who had spent a lifetime listening to time. Elias had one apprentice, a young woman named Lyra. She admired the clockmaker deeply, not just for his skill, but for the patience and kindness he showed every living thing. Together they repaired the town's clocks, restoring chimes that had fallen silent. But Elias had one clock he never allowed Lyra to touch, a massive golden timepiece locked in the back room. It had no numbers, only swirling patterns and a soft pulse that felt almost alive. One evening, as rain drummed against the shop windows, Elias called Lyra to the back. His face looked pale. Worn by exhaustion, he could no longer hide. He explained that the golden clock was not just a machine. It was the Heartlight, a device built generations ago to protect the town. Its purpose was to gather moments of kindness, every laugh, every act of compassion, and release them as warmth when darkness threatened the people. But something had changed. The Heartlight was fading. Whatever fueled it was growing weaker, and Elias feared it would soon stop entirely. Without it, the town would slowly fall into despair, losing the gentle spark that kept people connected. Lyra listened, her hands trembling. Elias told her that the clock needed a new keeper, someone young, hopeful, and unafraid to face the world's shadows. He opened the clock's casing, revealing gears that moved like breathing metal. Each rotation released a faint glow. Elias instructed Lyra to place her hand inside, but as she did, memories surged through her: children laughing by the river, old friends sharing soup in winter, strangers offering umbrellas during sudden rain. The memories weren't hers, yet she felt them as deeply as her own. The light inside the clock dimmed, flickering weakly. Elias collapsed to his knees, coughing. He told her that his time was ending, and the Heartlight sensed it. Its glow had always been tied to the clockmaker's spirit. Now that he was fading, someone new had to bond with it. Tears filled Lyra's eyes as she begged him to stay with her, but Elias smiled gently. He said that time only moved forward, never back, but the gifts people left behind could light the path for others. As the clock's pulse weakened, Lyra felt a sudden, fierce determination. She reached both hands into the core, allowing the warmth to surge into her. The Heartlight absorbed her hope, her love for Elias, her belief that the world was worth protecting. The glow grew brighter, filling the room with a radiant golden light. Elias watched with pride, whispering that she had become the new keeper. The light softened, settling into a steady rhythm as the gears stabilized. Lyra turned to find Elias lying peacefully against the wall, his breath shallow but calm. He thanked her for giving him peace, knowing the town's future was safe. With a final soft exhale, the old clockmaker closed his eyes, passing like the gentle fading of a candle flame. Lyra stayed beside him until dawn. When the sun rose, the Heartlight chimed for the first time in decades, sending warm waves across the town. People woke feeling lighter, kinder, without knowing why. Lyra brushed her tears away and locked the back room with reverence. She reopened the shop, not as an apprentice, but as the new guardian of time's warmth. Every evening, she wound the Heartlight carefully, whispering stories of Elias into its glowing core. And though the town never learned the truth, they felt its magic in every smile, every act of kindness, every moment of shared light, just as Elias had intended.